Have you ever lost your ID? People lose their driver's license all the time. Maybe you just brush it off or order a new one, but have you thought about what might happen if your ID ends up in the wrong hands? You could become the victim of identity theft. And that's because on one piece of plastic, most of your personal information is listed. Your full name, date of birth, address, signature, and so on. They even list physical characteristics, picture and all. There's not much else that thieves could need to steal your identity and carry out all types of fraud. So maybe you're wondering, Upton, I haven't lost my wallet. Does that mean I'm in the clear? Well, partially. Obviously, you have better odds if you've kept your physical license or ID safe, but there are other ways that thieves can get their hands on them. For example, during 2 data breaches in 2021, about 35 million driver's licenses were compromised. So what can you do about it? Well, here are 9 steps to follow if your state ID was stolen or compromised. Number 1, contact your local DMV. When you call or visit your local DMV, tell them what happened. Then you can request that a Verify ID tag be placed on your license and request a new one. This will make it much harder for criminals to use your license. You should also request a copy of your driving record. Number 2, file a police report. This is very important to protect yourself from fraud and dispute any negative remarks on your driving record that could be caused by the thief. Call the non-emergency line for your local law enforcement and they will give you your next steps. Number 3, place a fraud alert on your credit report. With the information on your ID, thieves can take out loans and credit cards in your name. If you set up a fraud alert on your credit report, businesses and lenders will be required to verify your identity before opening up new lines of credit. You can set this up by contacting any of the 3 credit bureaus. Even if you just contact one, that credit bureau is legally required to contact the other 2. Number 4, check with the USPS. I know this might be unexpected, but imagine you're a thief who wants to take out credit cards in someone else's name. Do you want those cards going to the real owner's address or to yours? Exactly. The thief wants cards, bank statements, and other sensitive information to go to them. That's why they may start off with a change of address scam. You should check to make sure no one has attempted this. Number 5, run a background check for criminal activity. Criminals could use your identity to commit crimes or get out of warrants. By running a background check on yourself, you can make sure this hasn't happened. Number 6, review your Social Security statement. Thieves could use your identity to claim your unemployment benefits. Sound unlikely? Well, since the beginning of the pandemic, this kind of fraud has jumped by almost 3,000%. So look for one of these things: a tax form 1099-G for unemployment benefits you didn't get, a letter, text, or email about benefits you didn't apply for, or unfamiliar jobs or salaries on your Social Security statement. If you see any of these, contact your state fraud hotline. Number 7, get a new ID. As long as your ID is valid and up to date, you can get a new one pretty easily. It's not normally very expensive either. Depending on the state, it could cost between $5 and $34. Number 8, scan the dark web. Even if a thief doesn't use your ID right away, they could still sell it online. Aura provides a service that will allow you to scan the dark web to see if your license or anything else is listed online. And last but not least, get identity theft protection. This is one of the simplest things you can do to cover all your bases. We mentioned Aura during our last point. Well, besides scanning the dark web, Aura will track your credit and bank accounts, criminal and court records, and your Social Security number. They even provide up to $1 million in insurance coverage towards eligible losses. I'll put a link below so you can see how it works. Well, that's it. 10 easy steps and you'll be protected. I know you'll try and keep your ID safe, but if something does happen, now you know what to do. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more tips on how to keep yourself safe from fraud. I'll see you in the next one.